Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Well, here we are at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. We're located along the St. Johns River in the Sunshine State, Florida. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, what stands out when you look at the Wetlands?
The swampland, the gators, really it's a good driving golf course, Rich. Not a lot of fairway bunkers in play here at Wetlands, but if you drive the ball well here, you really can get a good score out here at Wetlands. They play the web.com here every now and again, so we've seen some good scores over the years, but always fun to be playing in Florida. Sun on your back, warm golf conditions.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Chance to get it close here. Nice play right there. That's in pretty close. Locked in on the read and the speed. So close. Just a tap in from there. Clean this up with a tap. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Shouldn't be a problem here. So, 2 over par for the round. Now to the second, par 3, 225 yards. Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. You like this one, Frank?
Oh, it's a good one. Safely on.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. So, 2 over early. We're at the third hole now at the Wetlands. It's a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, you watched the web.com tour event down here, and what'd you see when the young bombers came to this hole?
Oh, this is a hole they just love, Rich. You know, it's flat, it's long, and it's straight, so they just tee it up, aim it straight at the green, hit it as hard as they can. And some of these guys were just going in with an 8 or a 9 iron. It's quite amazing. And, of course, when you go with an 8 or a 9 iron to this hole, you look at 3 more often than not.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That will be a great look at birdie. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Wow, check this out, Frank. Par 3, fourth, 250 yards. This is a really cool hole.
It is. You tee off and that tee shot right across the swampland into a crescent-shaped green. And, of course, it is protected by that bunker that just cuts in. It doesn't give you very much depth on that middle line of the green. So if the pin's in the middle, that's when the hole plays its most difficult.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. And getting ready for the putt. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Now to the 5th hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, are you straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway? Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
He's set up for his 3rd shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
No snap though.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Par 4 6th here at the Wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
2 choices here, Rich. Lay it up short of the Wetlands, or, well, chance it, brave enough, tee it up and flash it across the Wetlands to just a mere short iron into this lengthy par 4.
Frank, one of our colleagues at Golf Channel, Ryan Hammond's always liked to say, keep it in the short grass. It is nice to play from the fairway.
The game's so much easier from the fairway. Less decisions to be made. You don't have to worry about a flyer or the lip in front of the bunker or a tree. The game almost appears straightforward from there.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. So a good lag putt there, Frank.
Yeah, the whole idea of a lag putt, sometimes you build a 3 or a 4 foot circle. Just try and get it inside that. Good putt.
Okay, has it and stays at 1 over par. Here at the par 5 7th at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club, 592 yards. Excellent looking shot here. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Third shot, looking for a good one. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Beautiful approach shot there and a good chance to take advantage. Settles in over the putt. Two's always better than one when you're counting birdies in golf. On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So tricky little par 3.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That's a solid shot here into the 8th hole, and a good chance now for another birdie. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see. He is on a roll right now. The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example. Good tee shot. Perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. You've got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2. Second shot.
Chance to get it close here. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Yeah, this would be nice, Frank. I mean, you talk about jump-starting a round. If he were to make another birdie, we'd really have it going in the right direction.
You can sort of feel it too. People around there know. I've seen the birdies to this point.
2 under par now after a couple birdies. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
So they'll tap in. Well, it was bound to come to an end at some point. Drops just one shot after that terrific stretch of birdies.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Flagstick 140 yards away from this point. This is a good-looking shot. What a display of shot-making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Bottom of the barrel, and now to 2 under. Stepping up to the tee at the first par 5 on this back nine. It's the 12th, and it is 576 yards.
Yeah, this hole bends to the right, opposite direction to what 11 does. A good tee shot, and you can actually think about reaching this par 5 and 2, but anything around the front or front left, still going to leave a relatively simple pitch shot. So when you stand on that tee, think of birdie at least here.
Well, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
On the green in regulation. And getting ready for the putt. -3 now for the round. Now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
Can't ask for much more. Right in the fairway here at 13. And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. Headed for the bunker, I think. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that. Not a problem there, Rich. It's that sneaky distance.
Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
I've played before.
Moving on to the tricky 14th here at the Wetlands. It's 204 yards, but there is plenty of trouble out there. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
putt for par. Needs one. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards. Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
And it makes the green in regulation. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Making our move to the home stretch, the 16th. It's a par 4 and a good one at 455 yards.
And a chance to actually get a good run for the clubhouse because the holes are fairly short coming in. So good drive here. Find the putting surface. Maybe start the roll right here.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
So a tester from 4 feet. A good effort and a good par putt. 17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. A nice little draw into this par 3, and that'll find the nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie. And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Good-looking shot right here.
Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Nice par to remain 3 under. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit your 3-wood, 250, 260 yards, do the maths, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet. Finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no, we don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Finished with a final score of 69. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times that can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time. This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. It is just an ideal day for golf. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're getting set for all the action this afternoon at Wetlands Golf and Country Club in Florida. And this is certainly a challenge, Frank.
It is. We really should rename it Drylands because that's the way you want to play this golf course. If you're not dry, then you are going to be wet. That swampland is just all the way around this golf course. In between it, though, is fairway. So fairway, the goal all day today.
And as always, with the state of Florida, you have to factor in the changing winds. Now the second shot to the par 5. He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Fraction off the center and headed to the right. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Even par early on. Strong par 5 to start, followed by a good par 3. The second hole is 225 yards.
Two bunkers, Rich, when you look at this par 3. In between is a nice corridor. And that's really the line that you want to be looking at going at this par 3. Just thread the gap, and you should safely find the green.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
These putts keep the round together. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Fairly straightforward par 4 now. The third at the Wetlands is 460 yards straight away.
It is 460 yards. It can be chopped down a lot of different ways. 300-yard tee shot, and it's only 160. But if you're a mere mortal, 280, 180, the hole becomes that much longer, that much harder. second shot.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
Wow, check this out, Frank. Par 3 fourth, 250 yards. This is a really cool hole.
It is. You tee off and that tee shot right across the swampland into a crescent-shaped green. And, of course, it is protected by that bunker that just cuts in. It doesn't give you very much depth on that middle line of the green. So if the pin's in the middle, that's when the hole plays its most difficult.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
This is like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. 11 feet away. Has his par. Now to the fifth hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, are you straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway?
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Third shot, looking for a good one. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That will be a great look at birdie. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
On to the par 4 sixth here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway, and that might be worth considering for the short hitters to try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands. 276 yards, and of course the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Getting set now over the putt. Nice par to remain 1 under. Frank, now we get a crack at another par 5. The 7th is 592 yards.
And certainly reachable, especially with a tee shot that follows the shape of this fairway, which is slightly to the left. Good tee shot, you can get home. And those bunkers, if anything, are nicely placed on that left side of the green, actually to protect a shot that goes too far or too left.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Will settle. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Now his third, staring right at the green. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
In for par. 8th hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book, because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrower as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight.
It's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
And with that, 1 under par. Frank, looking at this par 5 9th hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie here, good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first 2 bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway, and that's not going to leave you much in for that 3rd shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way, wedge and a putt.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his 2nd shot. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good stroke right there. That's a par, and stays at 1 under. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot, and now pretty good chance for birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Well, hello there.
Huge bonus making that one.
Moving on to the par 4 11th, just a little bit more than 440 yards. Par 4 11th, Frank, we're looking at 443 yards.
Yeah, the Wetlands golf course is a really good driving course. This is another example here, Rich, where the fairway's just wide enough to reward a good tee shot, and then those two bunkers don't really come into play. But Wetlands becomes very difficult when you just start to stray a little bit off the fairway. And then you start to see why those bunkers are put there.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot, our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
He has this for par. He'll take par and move on. Par 5 12 here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Setting up for an approach shot here. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Now to the par 4 13. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. That should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Not a gimme, but well within his range. 4 under on the day. 14th hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that. How did that not go in?
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Showing no signs of weakness. That's a good putt right there. Stays at 4 under. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards.
What a great shot. Second shot.
Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
How about that bunker shot, Frank?
That's up there with the greats. The sound, too, is wonderful. Good use of the bounce, and it looked like they were trying to hold it.
Starting to really play well, -5. Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface.
Officials calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
We often say, Rich, you should always try and make it. I got to disagree with that. Lag putting, it's just about taking the strain off the next one. There's always other holes to be played.
From that distance, you settle for 2 putts. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
You wouldn't call that a miss-hit, but it wasn't his best. That one just sort of drifted right and a long ways from the flagstick. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Just a couple of feet. We're just playing a nice round of golf. Has that one for par, and now at 5 under par. Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole, and on paper it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And, well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger. Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot. And this one just starts right at the flag.
So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
That's a good day's work right there. Round of 67. Frank, that was a great day of golf. My only question now is, how are we getting back? How are we getting home from here?
Oh, Rich, there's only one way. That's the airboat. We're in Florida.